let's get this dance going for real, okay?
There's no more fucking dance! Good night! Turn this fucker off! Now we're off! Ricky horny, Ricky horny. Ricky horny, Ricky horny.
Alright, good night guys. I'd hang around, but I wasn't lying. I am really feeling sick today. And tonight. Right, of course. Right there, right there. I think Rick's okay. I got a call from Rick. I gotta look at the camera. I didn't even realize he ran out of the apartment. Hang on. Sorry, I'm like multitasking. I'm doing a couple of things at once, so talk amongst yourselves. What am I wearing? What am I wearing? Same shit as always. I'm wearing a Mets t-shirt and gray shorts. I think Ricky's okay. I think Ricky's a little shell shocked. Here's the thing, with Perry, it's like he's normally so timid when like the guy comes to the patio. Like he quickly closes it. He never engages anybody. All of a sudden tonight, he charges the guy. Poor Rick is still outside the apartment trying to get a lift. So he did this. He totally did this on his own, where he wanted to, he wanted to dance, just have a little fun. Perry is thing. Is the song available for download? I think it will be. I think I don't own it, of course, but person who does can make it available. Yeah, he was very fired up tonight. So let's all. I mean, from tonight forward, let's all call bullshit on any time the boxing match with DSP comes up and he's like, I can't fight. I've had 2 neck surgery, 3 neck surgery, C4, 5, 6, blah blah blah. Bullshit. Absolute bullshit. Yeah, well, I think Ricky had a little too much to drink, possibly, and might be mistaken about the phone. I'm gonna find out. So apparently it's 2 phones. He has his main phone. He had the other phone. I don't have COVID, Liz. Thank you very much. I don't feel like I have COVID. I just don't feel. I've just like all day. Excuse me. I've just felt. I've just. Oh, cool. Hang on. Scott sent it to me. Oh shit! Wait. All right. Can you, Scott? I'm trying to think. How do I get this? Fuck. Scott, well, can you DM me the time code of that so I can just download it? Because it'd be easy for me to show it. Sorry this is taking so long. I just want to see if I could find it myself. Okay, so apparently we have it. Let me see. Oh, wait, hang on a second. I might have it. Sorry. Bear with me, guys. Here we go. Okay, it's 1 minute and 9 seconds. All right, I'll have it momentarily. I got it. Bear with me. Who's better than Tom? I'm sure a lot of people. I'm also slower tonight because my faculties aren't with me. Okay. All right. We don't need his camera. I'm gonna load this in. Okay, so this is the video. And I don't know if Rick's also watched. This is the video of Perry. Obviously, it only shows the angle that we all know. I don't have the full thing, but this is when I didn't get to this quick enough. I might actually edit this tonight before I go to bed, just to put this in there. But so this is it. This is the full video.
Where is this motherfucker?
Oh man. What the fuck? Oh my god.
Take your shit! Fuck out of here!
I have been on the receiving end
Get the
of
fuck
that.
out of here!
Perry, just come back inside, please. Come back inside.
No, screw it! Beat his fucking ass! Son of a bitch!
Wow. Okay. Wow. Jeez Louise. Yeah, well. I mean, I know the adage here would be you mess with the bull, you get the horns. But I have been on the receiving end of that so many times. And, you know, Wow. Yeah, we could do one. We'll play it again. We'll play it again. Perry has crazy strength when he's in that raid. He has strength, period. This whole nonsense of him not having strength is just laziness. It's such bullshit, and I know him well enough to know it's bullshit. Sounds like we need a Ricky Horny theme stream to raise money for the phone. Yeah, I'll find out about the phone. Hopefully he has it. Yeah, Iron Sheik versus Perry. My money would be on Perry with Iron Sheik versus Perry. Oh my lord, that was something else. I just asked Rick if he wants to call in. He's not obligated to, of course, but if he wants to talk about it. How did he lose the phone? From what I think Rick said is Perry grabbed it and threw it down the hall, but he got it. I don't know if he's meant his, because he called me during the stream, and it's hard for me to do two things at once, but well, it's hard for me to do things at once ever, but it's hard for me to run the stream and also talk to somebody. So I think he threw his phone down the hall, and I think Rick was concerned that it was his second phone, but he has his main phone, and Rick is too drunk to call in. Okay, well, that's fine. I understand that, Rick. So anyway, yeah, Perry threw a phone, and hopefully thing. I told Rick I'd pay for his Lyft or Uber home. Rick is fucking wasted and fucking with Perry. Fuck that. Well, that's one man's opinion. Perry's power comes from a strict diet of drumettes and Rice Krispie treats. You might be right. At least he had a new dance move. You got to give him that. Hero says we should do a super gut video of all the times Perry has assaulted people on camera. There's footage of Perry attacking Tom, Hero, Ricky, plus who knows how many others. Yeah, that's probably a lengthy list. Am I okay? Yeah, I'm okay. I'm just really not feeling well today. I had a rough day all around. Started with this contractor asshole, or I use that for lack of a better word. He's not really a contractor. We had a very brief phone call, which I recorded, by the way. But he was just a prick. It just set my day off on a wrong path, and I wasn't feeling well. I didn't feel well. Wasn't feeling great last night. Woke up feeling like crap, and I just got progressively worse throughout the day. And I literally begged Perry before the stream. I said, Perry, go easy on me tonight. You know, you can do your thing, but please don't curse at me and scream at me and make my job harder. But again, I feel like every single time I say that, it makes it worse. It makes it worse. No, I don't have. I don't think I have COVID. It's not that kind of thing. Yeah, I agree with Garrett. It was a bummer to charge. We were all having fun, and Perry kind of. Yeah, see, Perry takes it too far sometimes, but you know, in a way, you can't blame him because he's Perry, and it's the risk you run. But at the same time, it's just like, also, keep in mind he's not on the same page of fun that we're on. So, but I didn't know Rick was going to be knocking on his door at this time, So I think a lot of things set that in motion. Oh, how's my dad doing? My dad's doing much better, thank you. He's got this. He's in therapy for vertigo, so his blood pressure is almost back to normal. He's saying, and he feels good, and he's just going through vertigo. My mom's now not feeling great. We're supposed to go out for. I was supposed to take her out for her birthday last Saturday, and she canceled 2 nights. I only have Saturday to play with, obviously, on weekends, because, Friday I'm doing this, and then Sunday is Subscriber Sunday, so she canceled because she wasn't feeling well, and then we rescheduled for Tuesday, also wasn't feeling well, so hopefully that gets rescheduled, but yeah. Oh, it's fine. You talked about the weather. How you guys doing? God, it's let's see, it's 67 degrees here in Long Island. Okay, so the egg stunt is fully funded, by the way, going into Sunday. So he's going to start off Sunday with that. Oh, excuse me. Silver spoons or different strokes. Well, that's an easy one. Different strokes, of course. Different strokes all day, all night over silver spoons. But not to say silver spoons isn't great. Silver spoons is great. But, both shows are similar. They're only good when the kids are really young. Silver spoons is really only good for 1 season. Different Strokes, I think, is great for 2 seasons and okay for the rest of the duration. Once, and I hate to say this because it's kind of mean, but it's not mean. It's just it's a harsh realization. Once Gary Coleman grows out of that cuteness little kid phase, it's not the same show. But he is perfect, absolutely perfect in season 1 and 2. Gary Coleman has the comic timing of a seasoned vaudeville comedian, and I forget how old he was in like the first season of Different Strokes, but he's so good. And he basically invented a catchphrase that wasn't written for him. What you talking about is wasn't written that way in the script. I forget. It's pretty. I think it's pretty early on in the first season. Like the line in the script is supposed to be like, "What are you talking about, Willis?" And he just goes, "What you talking about, Willis?" And of course, it became a they bled that to death. But there's not many people. I think like other catchphrases of sitcoms were always written on the page. It's very rare that the actual actor does their own catchphrase. I'm waiting to see that Rick gets home safely. Hashtag tips for Rick, by the way. If you want to, I want to send a Rick a nice, warm and lovable donation. Because he deserves hazard pay. I think he's a little shell shocked from it. Todd Willis is the last person standing for those shows. Yes, Todd Bridges is definitely really. They're all gone. Thoughts on Dune? I don't have any thoughts on Dune. I'll be curious to see the new one. I never really got into the 80s movie and never read the book. So I have a peripheral curiosity, but that's about it. There's nothing I'm excited about that's coming out anytime soon. Oh, tweet. Go wash out your vagina. Don't support Rick and his abuse. He was just having fun. Yes, he really got beat up by Perry, and I don't think that was warranted. Nobody deserves that. And believe me, I'm speaking as somebody who has been on the receiving end of that charge many a time. Green Knight, I don't even know what it is. That's how out of touch I am. I don't know what Green Knight is. Yeah, Webster was a total Different Strokes knockoff and was not good. It was a terrible Different Strokes ripoff. Yeah, I'll replay the Ricky video if you missed it. How many Dune books are there? I didn't realize there was a whole thing. Like a whole series of them. I'm gonna load up that video, and then I gotta call it quits because I don't know if you could tell, but I'm not I'm not feeling too great. I got a long weekend. I want to see the actually the one thing I do want to see is the Val Kilmer documentary that came out today, I believe. I don't know if it came out on like Amazon or whatever. Tweet says, TomB, Perry was antagonized to no end. This was well deserved. My vagina is clean AF. I don't think so. I think you got to clean it out a little more because you come off like a giant pussy. I guess let's give money to you and Rick. No, I don't think anybody deserves to be assaulted. Okay, because Perry gets very well paid for these streams, and far more than I do. Trust me on that. And I don't think you could say that anybody deserves to be beaten. So I think you're a big pussy for saying that. And you're in the vast minority. There's nobody else that is agreeing with you. But whatever, that's cool. I don't mean to shit on you. I'm glad you're here. Glad you're you're entitled to your opinion and everything. I don't mean to come down on you, but I think it's a bad take to say that this guy deserved to get beaten and kicked and have his property thrown by Perry. I don't think that was the play at all. I've never seen The Island of Dr. Moreau, and I've always wanted to. But I seen the documentary on the making, how bad it is, but I've never seen it. And dude, I'm not butthurt. I just disagree with you. And get a better terminology than butthurt. I mean, it's such a lame term that everybody has used to death. Come up with a better way to say what you're trying to say. It's so unoriginal. Yeah, I'd like to see the documentary of Dr. Moreau and then watch Dr. Moreau. Like that's a good double feature. But I just can't. Apparently, there's some in this documentary with Val Kilmer. There's some behind the scenes footage of him on the set of Dr. Moreau, and he doesn't even. I don't even think he had like the lead. I think he was supposed to have the lead, but didn't. Tweet. Right there with the, right there with the zingers. TomB, sorry if you don't like the way I say things. It's not the way you say things. You're not butthurt is not your phrase. It's just overused. I think you could be a little more original in your vocabulary. That's my only critique. And I'm personally not butthurt by you saying that Rick deserved to be attacked by Perry. I don't understand how that would make me butthurt. Dr. Moreau was the worst Brando movie you've seen. That's saying a lot because he's in some really bad movies. Rick just got home, by the way. That's good. Watched Jaws 3 with the knowledge that Dennis Quaid was coked out of his mind for every scene in the movie, and it's a much more fun experience. They did so much blow on the set. The line producer actually had cocaine budget for the movie. I didn't know that. I actually watched Jaws 3, I think maybe, you know what it was? I think I watched it on July 4th like 2 years ago because I was sick. Again, you know, I don't know. I always seem like I'm sick, but and I think it was on like, this is how sick I was. I think it was on regular TV, like TBS or something like that, or TNT. I would do a Jaws marathon. I was like, I haven't seen Jaws 3 in a long time, and I watched the whole thing, and I didn't know that. Oh, Tweet's leaving us, guys. He said that TomB, I'll end my love with you and Perry tonight was just weird. Okay, bye. Not even a subscriber. Dr. Moreau was filmed close to where I live in Queensland, Australia. It was a shit show. Yeah, and didn't like. I mean, I'm paraphrasing. I don't remember exactly. Didn't the original director get fired and then went into the jungle, like literally disappeared into the jungle, and then would show back up on set with like natives or something? It's so crazy. Dennis Quaid has gotten more honest about his drug use. I never knew Dennis Quaid was a coke guy. Was there other movies in that same time period that he was? I mean, geez, that's crazy. I love Dennis Quaid, by the way. Yes, the original director went insane and then was an extra in the movie. That's so fucking crazy. I'm going to give Rick a call if it's cool with you guys. I'm just going to put it on speaker. I don't know the time to put it on the Skype or anything like that.
Hello.
Hey, Rick, how are you?
Hey, Tom.
So we're doing the after hours, and just to tell everybody who Rick is, Rick was in Perry's apartment for TomB week on the Sunday. Rick's a really good guy. You've seen Rick on the ring cam a number of times. So first of all, Rick, everybody in the chat except one guy. There's one guy that goes by the name Tweet. That's his actual name in the chat. Who says that you deserved every bit of it. That's
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Is that the same? I bet that's the same guy that calls me George Bush.
Maybe, I don't know. And then he just left. He said I think my love affair or something like that with with TomB and Perry is over. Tonight was just weird. Which, you know, whatever. This is not Ricky Horny, by the way. He just happens to be Rick, but he was dancing. Well, I don't know. Technically, I don't know who Ricky Horny is. Could be. Don't say
yeah,
if you.
I don't know either. Honestly, like I kind of just I pick some things that are funny on the stream, and then I just kind of go with it. And I heard the Ricky Horny song, and I'm like, I had that stuck in my head, and
yeah, we
like,
all do.
Yeah, I was like, I'm just gonna go to Perry's and play this and see how it goes, and did not go well.
Well, good night, Splanch. It went well. You went twice. You went early, and that went well.
Yeah.
You were outside. You were outside. You were outside his patio.
Yeah. So I put a USB speaker outside his patio, and that pissed him off. He said he was going to call the cops, and that was it. And I was like, oh yeah, let's go around to his front door and then dance, and that went pretty well.
Right.
And I got home and I was like, oh yeah, this will be fun if I go back. Like I'll have a couple of drinks and I'll go back in an Uber, and that's where it all went wrong.
Maybe the drink. See it just in my experience, you got to be sober for these things.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
what? So
exactly.
so are you? Do you have the stream on now? It's probably going to be a little bit of a delay.
Yeah, I do have the stream on now. It's,
I want to show the video of when Perry kind of came after you, and then I would like to see that. And then I want you to take us through what was going on, because we can't see everything.
Good. It's a little bit of a blur, so this will take me back.
Okay, hang on, because we can't see it, but we could hear Perry the entire time. Okay, so Charles Barkley says a good point. I think there's a little blame to go all around. That might be fair.
Yeah, like I'm not going to say it's all Perry's fault. I mean, I knew I was walking into a bee's nest.
Fine,
so.
yeah, it's fine. Well, I made this comment earlier. I don't know if you heard this. Okay, I misread it wrong. Sorry, I misread. Okay, so TomB said, to be fair, the tweet guy didn't say his love affair had ended. He said he was ending his complaint by saying he loves you and Perry. Okay, I'm wrong, and I'm sorry to tweet. I read that wrong. I'm not feeling well. Tweet, and if I'm a little cranky, I'm sorry. I can be a dick sometimes, and if you're still here and you're listening, I apologize. I feel like Perry now because I misread your intention, because I've got it, and I still do. I have a splitting headache, and I've taken enough Advil tonight to way over the recommended dosage. So I apologize. So I apologize.
Sorry if I made that worse.
No, you didn't. No, it's fine. But so. Yeah, I have Perry excuses is what I have. Anyway, let's go to the videotape. So this is Perry first coming out of the door. Here.
I have to say, by the way, I am not Ricky Horny. Whoever is Ricky Horny, you're awesome. I was just playing off of that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So this is going to be on delay. I'll mute the phone until we come back, just because it's just so you can see it on your however you're watching it.
Sure.
Okay, here we go.
Where is this motherfucker? Get the fuck out of
Perry, just come back inside, please.
Perry got on top of it.
You fell to the ground?
I remember he tried to hit me a couple times in the face, and I blocked that. Although you want to call my middle name? So I think he got a couple of hits in.
Sorry. Wait, hang on. Sorry, I played.
Then I got up and tried to run away.
Okay.
I ran away a couple times.
Wait, so
that was pretty much it, man. Like.
Take me through that again, because I was just coming out. I was just coming out of the video.
Yeah, he's a loud guy.
Take me through that again, because I was coming out of a couple of things. So
Sure.
So you're off to the side. He comes out the door and catches you.
So I was dancing, and he came at me, and he like kind of like pushed me to the ground, and I was on the ground, and he like got on top of me, and he tried to hit me a couple times, and yeah, like he definitely hit me in the jaw a couple times. So I can definitely feel that, like the aftershock of that. If I didn't have a couple of drinks in me, like I probably would have avoided that, but I did not like expect that at all. But yeah, I think he hit me like 1 or 2 times, and then I got up and ran away. and then he like, I don't know, he thought it was like tough shit. Then he went back into his house. So I don't know. That's about it.
So you were on the ground. So what happened? Okay, what happened with the phone?
So like I fell backwards, and then he got on top of me, and then like he like hit me a couple times, but I had my like elbows in front of him. So like he kind of like hit my face, and then he kind of hit my elbows a couple times.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, like, it was completely unexpected, because I totally thought he was going to be like, oh, you motherfucker, and then, like,
Yeah, because sometimes he'll do, like, a half, like, he'll charge.
Yeah.
But as a scare tactic. Like, sometimes he charges and then stops and, like, pulls a fist to kind of say to you, now's your time to get out.
Right. But yeah, like, he definitely hit me, because I feel... like when I bite down, like I feel like there's some like pain in my jaw.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I did not think that he would actually like make contact. Because like I saw him like try to like fight Shark Boy, and
that's what this reminded me of. This was definitely shades of Shark Boy.
Yeah, and like he almost hit Shark Boy, but like, he didn't actually like make contact, right?
No, he didn't. No.
Yeah, and then when we were, at our, TomB finale, like he like raised his fist, but he didn't actually punch.
Right.
And like this time, he like actually punched, and like I don't know, like I feel like if it was like a person with like full strength, it probably would have hurt a lot worse. But it definitely made an impact. Like definitely feel it.
Yeah. Oh, Billy, I swear to God, I still have a problem in my ear when he punched me, like, this is years ago.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I had, like, he got me in, like, it was, like, the perfect storm of punch. Because I had water in my, you know what it is? I was just getting over swimmer's ear. I don't know if anybody's ever had that. It's like,
I've had that.
It's really annoying, and I actually didn't want to go underwater in that pool as a result, because I had to go to the doctor. I had to get like all these antibiotics and stuff, and I was just getting over it when I went under, and I was a little nervous because my ear was a little clogged at the time, and then he fucking decked me right in the side of the head, and boy, it just swelled to the point where look, I just might have this swimmer's ear thing, and I'm blaming him. But every now and again, I'm in a pool or whatever, and I get this sensation. I'm like, God damn, that's from Perry. That's battle damage.
Yeah, like I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but it's like our word strength, right? Like,
well, yeah, no, that's exactly what it is. Yeah, it's Lenny strength.
Yeah. I feel a little bit in my jaw as well. So.
Jeez, well, I'm sorry. I really, Rick, honestly, like, you've been so cool, and like, people don't know. I mean, I don't want to say too much, but Rick's contributed. I mean, whatever you're comfortable saying, Rick's contributed a lot to the fun of PCL over since its inception, and a lot of behind the scenes stuff and stuff. Some of the best deliveries are from Rick, and I just want you to have fun. And you were so cool when you were in the apartment, everything like that. And I feel terrible that you got the horns a little bit, and I hope it doesn't shell shock you, because I'm gonna have a serious talk with him, and make sure that doesn't happen again. But I hope it doesn't put you off to contributing in the future.
No, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, like I I mean, I feel like I'm at an advantage because I'm like 5 miles away from Perry. So, you know, like I'll be at a grocery store and I'll be like, oh, this is good for Perry. Or like be at like Party City and be like, oh, this hat is good for Perry, right? And,
right.
Yeah, and that's like what I contribute to the stream. But like I've been a fan, you know, of the Big Three and Perry for quite a while, since like 2009 or so.
Oh yeah, so that's hardcore.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just it's just happenstance, really. But yeah, I appreciate being, you know, like you giving me the opportunity to be part of this, and
yeah, no,
yeah, it's friendly fire as far as
friendly fire. Wow, not so friendly fire. Yeah. Oh, so did you? Is your phone okay? Did we solve that mystery?
Yeah. So I got home. I do have a work phone, and I have yet to send this to you, but I recorded the Ricky Horney song, recorded outside of his balcony.
Right.
Yeah, he said he was going to call the cops or whatever. Yeah, I recorded the outside of that. I did not bring that with me on my second trip to his house, so that phone is fine. But yeah, like I walked through the because I was a little like starstruck, or I don't know what do you want to call it, like
starstruck.
Well, not really starstruck, but yeah, like I was kind of dazed. So like I went through, like I found my sunglasses and my mask and my phone.
Oh yeah, you guys got to wear masks now. Fuck.
Yeah, like strewn about the through the hallway, and my work phone was not one of them. I left it at home, so I'm good there.
Good. I was about to do a full fundraiser for a new phone.
Yeah. Thanks, appreciate it.
Good, but I'm gonna cover your rides. So and then some, and plus hazard pay.
Thanks.
But all right, Rick. So let me know. So let me know how things go. I'm glad you're safe. I'm glad you're home. I'm glad everything's okay. But I do feel, you know, again, you know, I feel You know, it's like, you know, I don't know if you have kids, but it's like if you have kids and like your kid at school like hurts another kid, and you have to be the one to apologize to like the parents, you know.
Yeah, well, no, I get it. I mean, like, not to give too many things away behind the scenes, but like, Tom, like, I'll ask you if it's okay if I go over and do things. So, right. You know, I don't want to like.
But you have, honestly though, you have very good instincts, and there's certain people who I trust their instincts. You know, like Joey Hero, you know, Scott, of course, you know, I Garrett, you know, the people that actually you know are on the crew. Like I trust their instincts, and then, you know, of course,
sure.
And I think everybody that was in the apartment on, you know, the end of TomB week, I think we kind of have a camaraderie, you know, that crew of people. It was, you know, you, myself, Tyler, Garrett, Tony Hawk,
yeah.
You know, and my friend Robert. It's like we have this, you know, if you're in there for that amount of time, you have this camaraderie. So I think you know, I think we have to do that again. Maybe, you know, maybe not the exact same way, but sure. You know, I think there's a level of trust, and I think in this situation, even in that apartment when things got crazy, I think everybody got. I think everybody felt secure. I mean, I certainly did, that other people have your back if things go somewhat awry or something, you know, or let's say
yeah.
Perry's chart, you know, it's never going to go too far. And at the same point, I think everybody also has Perry's back.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm just putting this out there. I love Perry. Like,
of course.
He's awesome. I mean, he's an asshole, but he's our asshole.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah. So I don't really hold anything against him. You know, like, I get why he's pissed off. But you know, I understand what we do too. So
yeah. So
it's a good.
I think you got to just go right back into the fire, and Sunday you got to show up with like a neck brace and an arm cast and like a wrap around the head, and you got to give him a doctor's bill. You know, just knock on the door and hand it to him. You know, maybe show up with a lawyer.
I may do that. Yeah, he may have legitimately given me a black eye, so I'll let you guys know.
Oh, geez, Louise, I hope not.
I hope not, but you know, luckily I work from home. Like we all work from home these days. So.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Rick, get some sleep, and hit me up tomorrow. And let me know how you're feeling.
All right. Thanks, man.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
All right. Bye. All right. That was Rick, and yeah, you know, I don't know. I don't normally go into such detail of things, but Rick's a good guy. So I know tweet. By the way, and I see tweets back. I apologize if I came off like a dick. I'm a little on edge and cranky today for a lot of reasons, and I think I misread some of the things you said. So I apologize. We're all good. And we, you know what? People have different opinions about Perry, and sometimes some people love certain streams, and other people like say, "Ooh, that was not good," or "That was whatever." But you know, Rick's a good guy, and everybody, I really mean that. Like everybody that was, yeah, good. We're all good. Good. Regardless of where you fall on opinions, you know, there's some people that hate Perry. Like, there really are. And I really don't understand that, but that's fine. Ooh, that's a good idea. Dan Dizek now represents Rick. That's okay. That's good. That'll turn into something good. Actually, I'm gonna text him that right now. I don't know if he's still watching. But yeah. Everybody has different opinions about certain things, and I think this is yeah. It's like Dank says, it's all good minus the swatting. Yeah, that's lame, and that's above what any of us, whatever small disagreements people might have. We all agree there's a certain level of, I won't even say fandom, like troll. It doesn't even cover it because it's such an open-ended adjective, but it's like there's a certain segment of people, you know, online or whatever that are obviously are just in their own cesspool, and they don't count as us. Tim hates Perry. Yeah, we've talked. I know Tim hates Perry. Can we call Perry and tell him the great news that Dan Dizek is now repping Ricky? No, I think it's better if he finds out on Sunday. I think, yeah. But Rick's such a nice guy, you know. And I'll say that, you know, Rick also sent the Dominoes with the anchovies. I hope he doesn't mind me saying that, you know, for a long time. And so he's contributed a lot, and he's such a nice guy, and he's so generous with his time, and he loves PCL, and he loves Perry, and I just hate, I would hate to see if he's, you know, shell-shocked at all from this experience. But definitely this is for anybody, you know, and by the way, there's nobody that shows up at Perry's place that isn't vetted, and that goes for anybody. That goes for anybody that might show up to his you know, patio or whatever. I'm never going to allow that. I'm never going to allow. I say this to Perry all the time, and I really mean it. I'm never going to allow Perry to be in harm's way, and that means various different levels of harm's way. Like I'm not going to put him into a bad situation, and I'm not going to, you know, just, you know, if anybody ever did that, I would shut it down. But, you know, everybody's vetted. It's all in a safe environment. And then, you know, Perry's the one tonight that broke the safety protocol, really. But I'm glad we got to talk to Rick, because he's an awesome guy, really good guy, and he's, you know, he's one of us. Yeah, good news that Rick's phone is fine. He left it at home. It also tells you probably how drunk he was. That he didn't know if he left the phone. But I've had those moments too. I lose shit all the time, and you know, there's nothing worse than have that that panic attack where you think you lost your wallet or your phone or whatever. So all's well that ends well. But I didn't think, to be fair though, I didn't think Rick was going to come back and knock on his door. Like, I thought he was just going to do a cameo for like Perry's dance. I didn't realize he was going to be knocking in the door, and I was messaging him. I was like, hey, cool it off. Let's go to the lobby. Wait till he comes out. So there was definitely a miscommunication there as well, because I don't know. I'm trying to think, like, it's hard for me to pay attention to different things. I got a lot of people messaging me during the streams. There's like random people that send me offers when they should probably send it to moderators, but I always look at those. And I'm talking to Hero, I'm talking to Joey, I'm talking to Scott, I'm talking to a lot of people while also paying attention to the stream. So I knew it was a bit too much, in the sense that, like, at that moment, like, I didn't want anybody knocking on his door at that point in the stream. Like, I have a good sense, I have a good internal clock for PCL, and I know when to shut things down. I also can read Perry very well, and I knew he wasn't going to be in the mood to be answering the door at that time. And the constant knocking at the door, I think, rattled his cage a little too much, and I can sense that. And that's why I was messaging Rick. I was like, hey, go to the lobby, and I don't think he was looking at the phone at the time, or whatever. But I don't blame him for that. He was just, he was having fun. But I think a combination of, he should have been maybe sober, and maybe reading my messages, and I think it was one knock too many. But again, Perry, he doesn't deserve to be beaten. Can you get a picture of my command center? Yeah, right now it's just kind of makeshift. It's just like I'm literally in a room with, like, I have one monitor. I usually have two monitors. When I get my new office set up, yeah, not only will I show you my command center, I'll be on camera for after hours. We won't have to look at this friggin' car. I just worry about the neighbors not being in on it and interfering. Yeah, that was definitely, I forgot to ask Rick, Rick's in the chat. What was the deal with the neighbor across the hall? What did he say to you? I forgot to ask you about that on the phone. Just catching up on some older comments. In TomB we trust. Thank you, Dank. Rick went above and beyond for the stream. I agree. Oh, he said, dude, stop it. So I turned the music down. Oh, okay. Yeah, he did look a little pissed. No worries, Tweet. We're good. TomB, sorry for adding to your headache tonight. I just need that. That's fine. You didn't add to my headache. You really didn't. And you're entitled to your opinion. And I just, it's hard for me. I guess, to be fair, like, I wouldn't call it butthurt, but I do get defensive about people critiquing something in the stream that I feel like I was mostly in control of. Well, I wasn't in control of Perry running out in the hallway. I'll say that. But I did not. Rick and I were kind of out of sync a little bit when he was knocking on the door at that time. So I think that could have been handled better. But yeah, we're all good. You're entitled. And by the way, you're entitled to your opinion. You really are, and I'm normally better with things like that. I think I just misread a couple of things, and my eyes are not. Again, I feel like I'm giving Perry excuses, but my eyes are killing me. Like I have a headache, and I'm just like I haven't eaten. Well, I didn't eat all day today, and that's not good either. Yeah, we're all good here. I don't want to see. You know what it is? I'm the one who always talks about. Yeah, I'm just wiped out. That's what I can't answer any questions. I think we have such a great community that I don't want to see anybody. That's why it's weird. Like even that whole thing with Tracy the other day. Like I don't like PCL people infighting. It's just stupid. Yeah, I love you too, Tweety. I really do. I love everybody that comes onto this stream. I really do. So Tom, was that you that sent the new screen last week from you? No, I believe that was Rick. Rick can confirm it. I think Rick sent the screen from Lowe's, and that's just how cool he is. He's always fucking dropping stuff off like that. When a lot of the time when stuff is like good stuff is dropped off, like it's most of the time it's Rick. Yeah, there's no Garrett likes tough guy Tom. I like tough guy Garrett. I haven't. I think that's the thing about like the people that were in that apartment that day for that final TomB thing. So I think we're all tough, but I think everybody was looking to get the F out, with the exception of Tony Hawk. Tony Hawk would still be there. Like Tony Hawk did not want to leave. I love you too, Mark, and not in a gay way as well. But if you loved me in a gay way, that would be fine too. It's funny. I do have my eyes on, and it's still bad. Bad Branson says, honestly, Tom, had to deal with a breakup this week, and coming here takes my mind off things. I love this community. Wow, I'm sorry. We've all been through breakups, and that's rough. I'm sorry. I don't know the details of how long or anything like that, but I'm glad this community and this silly stream can make you feel better about it, because that's always a bummer. Rick says, yeah, I just steal from the stream. Anything that can't be Postmated, I deliver. That's great. That's why Rick is freaking phenomenal. And he normally doesn't take credit. He doesn't take credit for it either. Thanks as much love to TomB moderators in the PCL community. Yeah, everybody here deserves to take it, including Perry. Like, Perry was telling me, I didn't really pay attention to it because, he gets this all the time. Like somebody was like emailing him and telling somebody apparently was emailing him like somebody sent me this thing about my sister-in-law and it's probably bullshit. So I guess somebody in our Discord is like screenshotting stuff and sending it to Perry, basically saying like, oh, Tom is a bad guy and you got to get away from him, and he's him and this was Rich, him and Gregory Von Twinkle reported you and are the reason that you lost your disability. Can you imagine? And I forget, there were some other things too, but he gets those all the time. So that I don't know, not all the time. I'll say once in a while he gets those, but and that's the kind of stuff that's but Perry, he doesn't, as naive as he can be, I think he knows bullshit when he sees it. Yeah, boo that person. I'm pretty sure I know who it is. It's the same guy that's like had a hard on for me for years. I must have said something negative like years ago or something in a private message or something. It's constant. This it's not just, you know, with PCL. It's been going on for years. Yeah, that Moran's been grabbing around the group. He gets on YouTube. It says you ruined the Perry Project. Right. It's this one guy. He pops up every now and again, and he's a very strange human being. I've looked into him a little bit, and yikes, it's pretty scary stuff. Tom must be the president of the Ray fan club trying to get back at me. Yeah, that's possible. That's possible. Garbage Gamer says, I'm relatively new to PCL, but I fucking love it here. Tom is amazing and the streams are great. Oh, that's awesome. I don't know how long have you been here, Garbage Gamer. The chat is divided on Gregory Von Trinkel. I'll tell you the truth. Me and GVT had issues in the past, but I think at heart he's a good guy, and he's definitely a supporter of PCL, and I like him. So he gets my stamp of approval, if that means anything to anybody. Perry, is skateboarding actually in the Olympics tomorrow night? Oh, about a month. Oh, wow. See, I really need to know that sometimes, because I never know like who the new people are. Not that I need to know, but I'm curious to know who the new people are. So I'm really glad that you found us. And you know, I got an email from Twitch today about our partnership, and they said, you know, that everything looks good. They are really like stringent. Like they comb through you like a fine-tooth comb. So they want you to do little things. The first thing they wanted us to do was to go Twitch exclusive, which I did, much to the detriment of a lot of people that relied on the convenience of YouTube. But we did that, checked all these check marks. You know, they say, oh, you know, but now, so here's the deal, like, and you know, it's still probably gonna take a couple of weeks before we get, or a few weeks before we get partnership. Is they're monitoring our numbers, because they don't count YouTube numbers from when, you know, we were doing YouTube and Twitch. Our numbers, you know, you guys know, like our highest numbers I think were in the 900s. A lot of times, sometimes, now it's summertime. A lot of streams, shows, whatever, have a lull in the summer. So now I think we average like 500-600, whatever. But so they don't count the the combined numbers. So it's like, oh, you know, you got to work on your Twitch numbers, and it's just like, okay, what else? What other hoop do we have to jump through to get this partnership? But anyway, that's the email that came today. I got to do that, and I got to like they wanted a couple other things, like for a couple of weeks have some old streams played, not played, like have them on the stream. So maybe next month I'll do that on Twitch, not on YouTube, obvious. But it's just annoying. Not annoying. I mean, it's the process, but you know, I know a lot of people are still bummed that we're not on, that we don't stream live on YouTube. But you know, there's a reason for that, and it's not, you know, it's not because I didn't want to. Belly full of swans. Spiderico always laughed at the screen door stuff. Yeah, I gotta say, I like the screen door stuff too. They need Perry to blow him. Sorry, I'm all over catching up on the comments, so they're definitely out of sequence. Belly Full of Swans says, I thought Tough Guy Perry was amazing. No bad neck or fake eyebrow BS. He was feeling it. Yeah, he was definitely flexing. There was none of that, I'm too weak, or, you know, normal excuses. That part I did kind of like. I didn't like the assault stuff, or, like, you know, threatening somebody's stuff. Fasterbite says, TomB, that guy made a fake combo between me and you from Discord and posted it in a different forum. Yeah, I think somebody sent me a screenshot. I mean, that's just, I mean, whatever. It's such a bad, it's a bad fake combo too. It doesn't even look like, you'd have to be a complete moron to see that and like think that was real. But yeah, the guy's like clearly a absolute lunatic. Probably just best to be ignored completely. And now, and as I say this, is probably going to spawn another email, which is fine. You know, go for it. Belly Full of Swan again says, I actually watched the full William Randolph Hearst video about all of you hate Perry, and he was laughing at all the Perry stuff he watched. Yeah, Gavin's out of his mind. Like, and I've said this so many times. Like that whole thing, like, oh, you have to hate Perry to be a part of this, is such bullshit. He doesn't get it at all. He's so far out of touch with anything Perry at this point. He's in a different solar system. And what I don't like is he waxes about it. The times he does talk about it, he talks like he's some kind of authority, and he's far from it. And I like, I say that, like, I like him. I think he's very talented, but he's just, he's not on the same level that we are. Twish wants the replays for TOS reasons. Likely, no, because they said that they just want to they want to sample different aspects of the stream, which they already have, so that they know the nature of the stream. So yeah, I'm not worried about that. Dexter Coleman, favorite HBO series? That's a great question. You know, I don't want to say The Sopranos because that's the obvious answer. So I'll say other than The Sopranos. I'll go with Deadwood, but really just the first two seasons. I'm not a huge fan of that third season. And I didn't like the movie they did like 2 years ago. The best HBO series is John from Cincinnati. Oh, I hope you're joking about that. There was some good writing in that, though. Jim says, Tom, I need dating advice. I focus on my career, and now I have no social circle. That's very common. Never too late to find a social... Well, look, Jim, honestly, without to sound cheesy, you have a social circle right here. We're your social circle. This is us. This is our hang. Robert says, sorry about the knife. It was probably a bad idea. Anyway, no, I think it's a good idea. I just think that's a knockoff brand, probably, and it just has this. When you get the knockoff brands, they just lose their luster after a while. No, I thought thought it was fine. I liked it. But anyway, yeah, he'll just stick with the box cutter, I guess. Jill, you like Flight of the Conchords? I can never get into that. I just tried. I had a friend that like tried to force that on me, and I just never took. Oh, Larry Sanders is a good call. Yeah, that's old school. Like you go to like '90s HBO, you got like Larry Sanders, Dream On, which we've talked about. I think is so underrated, and just nobody talks about it. But what a show that was light years ahead of its time. Really, really good. I don't even know if it's on HBO Max at this point to watch, but it's I like. Oh, The Wire. How could I forget about The Wire? Curb. Yeah, all these are good. These are good ones. I'd still go Deadwood, and then Sopranos, Deadwood, and then probably Curb, and then probably The Wire, and then probably Larry Sanders. Boardwalk Empire, but again, Boardwalk Empire for certain seasons they had a couple of dud seasons, or not dud seasons, but and again I didn't like I didn't love the last season of Boardwalk Empire either. Yeah, I saw Belly. I saw John from Cincinnati only because John from Cincinnati is the show that is responsible for Deadwood not having a fourth season because David Milch, whatever reason, there's always this like weird thing. Did it get canceled or Milch didn't? I think HBO wanted to scale down the fourth season and Milch wouldn't compromise. And then all of a sudden he comes back with John from Cincinnati, which had a lot of Deadwood cast in it. I had a hard time liking it because I was resentful that there was not a new Deadwood. But having said that, it's a weird show, and I haven't seen it since it aired. So that aired like what, 2008 maybe, I think, or 7, and the dialogue is very good. I'll tell you who's really good in it. Ed O'Neill is very good in it, and Ed O'Neill is a really good friend of David Milch. Ed O'Neill's fantastic, and this is pre Modern Family. Ed O'Neill, he's fantastic in it, and it's just David Milch. Even when David Milch worked on NYPD Blue, and he's insane, the guy. But what an amazing dialogue writer, and if there's anything I take away from John from Cincinnati, I just remember the dialogue being really good. Didn't care about the story, didn't care about the overall structure of the show. Or I don't even remember a lot. It was like a surfing show about like some like mystical surfer. It was crazy, but the inner monologues between characters was great. And that's my only takeaway. I have no interest in revisiting it though. Deadwood is Life. Al Swearingen might be the best character of all time. Yeah, and that's why I really don't like that third season. I think Swearingen's kind of neutered, and then what they did to him in that movie is atrocious. I don't know why they did that. I mean, he's the most dominant and interesting character of the first season. The first season of Deadwood is perfection, absolute perfection. Every episode's perfect. The first episode's perfect. The season finale's perfect. It's perfect. It's a perfect episode of television. Second season loses its stride a little bit, but is still pretty good. And then the third, I don't know, I just felt like it lost its direction. It's still okay, but nothing compares to that first season. Oh, you work with the person that did set design for Boardwalk. Yeah, I know Boardwalk Empire was filmed like very local, like New York, so and they always had great set design, so that's great. Garrett says he never saw a full Game of Thrones episode. Yeah, but notice nobody mentioned Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is so... It's just so far removed from anything that anybody would consider good at this point. It's funny, my sister, I have two sisters. I have a younger sister, Mary Beth, who Perry knows. like Susie Hill, played my sister a little bit when I was like disappeared for a while from Perry's life. I mean, and I say played my sister, just somebody he could talk to because I didn't want to annoy my real sister. But my middle sister, her and her husband just got into Game of Thrones, and she was texting me. She's like, "Oh, we're just starting Game of Thrones. It's really good, you know." And I was like, "Yeah, keep going, keep waiting. It's gonna be not so good. I don't want to say anything, but." And she's like, "Well, I don't care where it ends. Everything's great so far." And I'm like, "Okay, get back to me." And then, then she saw like the last two seasons, and she kind of said it where she's like, "Man, the last season particularly makes the whole journey almost worthless." So I would never revisit Game of Thrones. And I think, Garrett, if you haven't seen Game of Thrones, I would say just don't see it, because the amount of time you invest into it is not going to pay off in a good way. Oh, because HBO canceled Deadwood and still had Milch on contract. That's why he hired a bunch of Deadwood actors to keep them employed. Okay, that makes sense. I've heard so many conflicting things about Deadwood ending. Yeah, and I agree. Milch is a god, and I don't really watch a lot of procedural TV, but I went out of my way to watch NYPD Blue, and I never watched NYPD Blue really when it aired. I watched it after Deadwood. I went back to it because I liked Deadwood so much, and I wanted to see more like Milch's writing, and even the. If anybody's familiar with NYPD Blue, the Rick Schroeder season, particularly like when his first entrance, which is really tough. Coming after Jimmy Smits, who came after David Caruso, which is a whole other story. But I watched, there's a really good episode of NYPD Blue. I mean, nobody would ever notice it. The episode, and I know the name of the title, the episode is called Danny Boy, and it's the introduction of Danny Sorensen, who Rick Schroeder played, and it's an impossible episode because you're coming off replacing a beloved actor of the show who died, and this is the next follow-up episode, and it's during the regular season. It's not even a season premiere or anything like that. And Milch is credited with the teleplay and everything, and it's just so, it's a procedural episode and nothing happens in it, but just as far as character introduction, they never did anything with Rick Schroeder's character, which is unfortunate because I think Milch had left by the end and kind of left things hanging there, because I think he kind of lost his mind on that show. But I really like Milch's dialogue, so I'll watch even a police procedural show just to get a hint of it. He's very good. And I also hear he's not doing well. I hear he might be. I don't know. I've heard mixed things about his current health, and I hope for the best for him, but I've heard some bad things. Powers Booth saves the third season of Deadwood. I don't know if he quite say it. He's very good in it, but I don't. He makes it more bearable. I won't say that he saves it. If you haven't seen The Sopranos, you should probably see it. Although I think The Sopranos comes off a little dated. That's just me personally. I know a lot of other people will disagree. Okay, Tony says, you disagree with Game of Thrones. Watch up until season 6, then stop it. But then you don't get the complete story. There's no human being that's going to watch up until season 6 and say, like, okay, I've had enough. And that's cool. Yeah. Oh, you know what? P.S. Nielsen says, I remember the Iceman HBO. Yeah, I watched that. That was on YouTube. It wasn't the Iceman HBO special. It was just different interviews with the same guy, and they're chilling. And they did a movie about him with the guy from Boardwalk Empire that played the FBI agent. I can't think of his name at the time. The really weird guy. He played General Zod in The Man of Steel. He played the Iceman. It was okay. It was okay. But the Iceman is this guy, this notorious like mafia guy. Mafia hitman. He was just a hitman for the mob. Like he wasn't really in the mob. The mob would hire him to like knock people off, and he gave these series of interviews. He was in prison, and he's just cold, dude. And he was just telling all these like things where he was like, to give him credit, he was a good storyteller, and he would tell all these things about what he would do to bodies and killing people, and yikes, it's pretty chilling if you ever want to check it out. HBO used to do really good documentaries like that, and now the HBO documentaries are too spectacle. Like if they do a documentary now, it's like 8 parts and it's, you know, high budget and stuff. I'd rather just go back to the down and dirty, like, you know, America Undercover stuff. That's what I really liked. 90s documentary HBO. Amazon is making the Wheel of Time series from Robert Jordan, which sounds that could be interesting. Where do I get my ideas from, Charles Barkley? What ideas? Like PCL ideas? They come all the time. It just can come random points of the day. But if that's what you mean, I don't know if that's what you mean. Billy says, I don't know if you're a podcast guy, but there are hours of Milt lectures on writing where it's like a tell-all podcast. So good. No, I don't. Yeah, let me know. I would love to hear. There was one. Maybe about a year and a half ago, I went on this David Milch like YouTube tirade where I was just finding any kind of YouTube clip of him I could, talking about the writing process. You know, I've written for TV a couple times, and it wasn't a great experience for me. But I just really like, he is such a thorough process, and I think he like drives actors crazy because he changes his scripts like the day of, and I think that's why people like quit. Like that's why Jimmy Smits left NYPD Blue. He would have stayed on it forever, but he couldn't handle Milch's process of, like, you know, he'd memorize lines, whatever, and then like he'd come in to shoot, and like Milch would have like pages of changes, and that would probably drive an actor crazy. But let me know what podcast, because I'd be all over that. Hojo says, I called most of the ending of Game of Thrones and agree with most of the plot points, other than Arya had no right to kill the Night King. Jesus Christ, of course not. That's like the major sticking point of that. It's so ridiculous. She had no part of that storyline whatsoever. But anyway, you know what? I don't care. I have no investment in it. I don't care. It's one of those things that's just completely out of my mind. I forget that I was ever into it. Oh yeah, Spider. I saw that too. David Milch on the Dinner at 5 with Jon Favreau. Yeah, I remember seeing that episode. Does Milch have, I didn't want to say Milch had Alzheimer's because I didn't know if it was rumor or not. Is that definitely confirmed? If so, that's so tragic. I mean, what a brilliant mind to be invaded by such a terrible disease. Sopranos is proto Breaking. Yeah, of course. If there's no Sopranos, there's no Breaking Bad. There's no The Shield. There's no anything. Sopranos is ground zero. I credit where it's due. There's a great YouTube video I just saw, and again, I'm not like in Sopranos mode really, and the guy, you know, the guy didn't do the greatest job with it, like technical wise. It's just a guy. This is the single greatest. It's too long to play here. I'll see if I can find it and I'll post it in the chat. It is the single greatest theory for the final episode of Sopranos. You know, like what happened, you know, at the end of The Sopranos. And there's been a lot of videos speculate. This guy uncovered something that nobody else uncovered. Nobody. And I mean absolutely nobody. To the point where who the people who are behind it, I forget, what's the guy's name that does The Sopranos? He actually has to watch this video and confirm if this guy's right. Because this guy is so... He uncovers a specific aspect of the ending of The Sopranos that nobody ever saw coming. I mean, I've never seen anybody talk about it. And it's really, you know, kudos to him. If you're interested, it's just his theory. It's more than a theory. It's almost like when you see it, you can't deny it. You can't deny it. Like, oh my God, I can't. How did I miss that? How did everybody miss that? It's like it's right there. So I'll see if I could find it and I'll post it in the chat if you're interested in watching it. It's long. Spider Rico says, being a commenter on PCL seems like being a whack packer on the old Stern show. You're hot for a while, then you burn out, and then get hot again. That's a very good point. Yeah, some people stay hot though. Some people stay hot. You've managed to stay hot for quite a while, and some people like just come in and out, and then like take some time off and then come back. The Iceman left a guy tied up in a cave for the rats to eat him. Yes, that's how devious that guy is. God damn. Arya should have killed Cersei. Instead, she died under a pile of rubble. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a great point. That's yeah. There's so many lame things, and I even forget about it. Like, I have to be reminded of things that happened in like the final like few Game of Thrones. There's so many great characters that they just ran out of room for, and they just gave shit endings to. Like Littlefinger is another one. Damn, great character handled terribly. Oh, they weren't podcasts, just hours and hours of storytelling. It seems like, oh, so are we talking about Milch on YouTube? The same things I've seen a lot of those. You know, I've never seen Oz Spider. Spider said that was Ground Zero for HBO. I've never seen it, and I know you're probably right. It was Ground Zero. Like Oz, I think laid the groundwork for The Sopranos, probably. Oh, Dank's watching The Sopranos for the first time. Pretty great. 68. Yeah, so that's why I'm not saying anything. I don't want to say anything spoiler heavy, but the last season's a little controversial. Oh, David Chase. Yeah, the guy, David. Yeah, David Chase needs to confirm this video that I'm talking about. That guy really breaks it down. Like, let me see. It's probably not too far. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up now. Not.
You'll get the album charts, and you'll get the single.
Tecmo. This guy Tecmo is great too. He like reviews old like tech products. A bunch of people ask me like to post like what YouTube channels I watch. I'll create a master list. I think maybe on Facebook or something, or in the Discord, we should all put what YouTube channels we watch, because I definitely could use some new ones. Let me search my history for a second. If you're interested, if you enjoyed The Sopranos, you don't have to be into it now, but it's a very, very good take. Let me see if I can search this. No, not this one. Yep, this one. And this guy has a follow-up to this too. And just pause this. Share. And here, I'll just put it in the chat. That's the link if you guys want to watch the video that I just posted. From the Perry Caravello live account. No, it has nothing to do with Tony possibly being dead for the second half of the last season. No. I'm telling you, it's a take that you've never heard. Is it about what Silvio said about how you don't see it coming and it comes out? No, nothing like that, Joey. Nothing like that. Believe me, when you see this video, your jaw's going to drop. You're like, how did I miss this? It's major. It's major league. The guy did a great job in uncovering. Can we call Perry and have him apologize to Ricky? I think he's in bed by now. That wouldn't go over well. I'm sure Oz is a really good show. I just just don't. I'm not into prison shows. Specific talking about different multi-part lectures with Milch that go on for hours. There are some good. Yeah, I think I've seen those. I think that was all in my rabbit hole. Am I looking forward to the many states of Newark? I wouldn't say looking forward, but I'll see it out of curiosity. Trailer looked good. It got me kind of back into it, but you know, we'll see. I'm probably due to rewatch the series at some point. I haven't seen it since it aired, and I only saw it once. I never like went back and watched episodes again. Joey, you're a big Sopranos fan. Definitely watch this video and definitely let me know what you think, because if you're a big Sopranos fan, this is gonna be an aha moment. Like, wow. I'll post the link again if you missed it. I'll post it in Discord too, but I just posted it again. 6 feet under, Ali G, Kids in the Hall make the cut. Not for me. I didn't watch 6 Feet Under. I consider that more of a chick show. Ali G's very good. I don't consider that an HBO branded show, if that makes sense, even though it is. Yeah, Ali G's good, but it's not. Yeah, I don't know. It's good. I just don't remember every single episode being great. Kids in the Hall hit and miss with me. It's so quirky. Tim always with the Captain Ron, so I always want to know what happened to Captain Ron. It's not too late to make a Captain Ron sequel. See you later, Microwave. Great. I'm going to take off soon, too. Yeah, Ali G's good, but it's not like I'm not huge on the Ali G character. I only like Ali G when he's interviewing unsuspecting people, but now it's just not. Yeah, it doesn't. I think we've come so far in terms of like that kind of comedy that it doesn't play the same the way it did 20 years ago. Kids in the Hall is one of your favorite things. Yeah, I remember watching Kids in the Hall when it was on, and I would like certain bits and then wouldn't like others. What are my parents' favorite movies, Garrett? That's a great question. My dad, it's funny, my dad's not really a movie guy, or not really a movie guy past a certain year. My dad's not a TV guy either. My dad is a insane reader. He goes through like 5 books a week. He, to give you an analogy, my dad at his local library, he gets all his books from the library. He is Norm from Cheers when he walks into his library. Like, everybody knows him. All the librarians know him. First name basis. They hold books for him, and he loves books. Having said that, boy, if I had to say what his favorite movie is, it might be Lawrence of Arabia. And it's hard to argue that. My dad took me to see Lawrence of Arabia when it was one of the times when it was restored and was like playing around in the theater, and I saw it at the Ziegfeld Theater in New York City when I was a kid, and that kind of made me love movies in a way, you know, like a real movie, not the kind of movies like, you know, like I love Star Wars when I was a kid, of course, and you know, Indiana Jones and stuff, but it was the first real, not that those aren't real movies, they are, of course, but like it was the first real cinematic experience I remember having. And he told me when he first saw it, you know, when he was a kid, and it was just great. But I think that, and maybe he liked a John Ford movie, The Searchers. I think would be his number 2. The Searchers, John Ford. My mom, very basic, would be Gone with the Wind and The Sound of Music. That would be her 2 favorite movies. And I've never seen Gone with the Wind. Sadly. TomB saying, I'm definitely ill, won't be on long. 3 hours later. Allergy does not even... Yeah, I know. And so that's so typical TomB. You know what it is? I can't... One of the things, actually, I'll tell you the truth. One of the things about, like, what I'm going through, like just psychologically and also just physically right now, like, I can't sleep. You know, I tried to take a nap at some point today. I couldn't do it. So, yeah, I just couldn't. So I'm gonna try. I'm gonna take an edible. I think. That's usually my like break class in case of emergency. Lawrence of Arabia, Best Picture, 1962. Yeah, and I think I've mentioned Lawrence of Arabia before. They just did this beautiful 4K restoration of it. Maybe it's even 8K. I don't know. They did some like crazy restoration of it where it looks better than ever. If you have a big enough TV, definitely watch thing. I got to get a new TV. I need a TV. I was gonna buy this shit. I had my heart set on this like 85-inch TV. This is like, you know, I've never had a really, really big TV, but that's got things happen, you know, on like the house stuff and this fucking tiki bar debacle has definitely put my spending on the back burner for now. Even though I just spent literally money on a back burner because I got a grill. Which is better, Citizen Kane or Space Jam 2? Having not seen Space Jam 2, I would say Citizen Kane, even though Citizen Kane is not a great movie. It's great for the techniques used in it, but it's not a great movie. How much to cut my... You know, I don't have a Spider... I'll tell you the truth. I don't have a screen door. It's been an issue. This house has no screens. I have no screens in the windows. No, that's not true. I have a screen in the bedroom. I have no screens on any doors, and there's just like flies coming around there. I had to get those Zapper fly swatters. I actually used one tonight on the stream. I was muted, but there was this fly buzzing around that was driving me crazy. So they have these like you charge it with USB, and it's like this electrified fly swatter. And when you get a fly or a mosquito, it makes this big zap, makes this big pop, and the fly drops dead that second. It's boom, lights out. So I used that tonight. So yeah, no screen door to cut. I was envious of Perry getting that really nice screen from Lowe's, because I need screen. There's so many things I need. I need to get like drapes or shades. I have none of that. Like neighbors can like look in and like see everything, because like I have no you know, some of this place still looks like a prisoner just got off parole. Like there's no decorating or like I don't have any pictures up or anything like that. It's just like, you know, I haven't gotten to that yet. Like I gotta get like you know, you don't think about that shit, but so no, yeah, I gotta get a screen. John Ford and Akira Kurosawa are so much fun to watch, even when the film isn't my cup of tea. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I made it a thing to watch all the Akira Kurosawa movies, and they're not all great, but they're just so compelling to watch. I'll say the same thing about David Lean, who directed Lawrence of Arabia, Bridge Over River Kwai, and you know, even I think his last movie is A Passage to India. But yeah, I agree, Tony. Yeah, 50-inch OLED better than an 85-inch LED. I was actually looking at. It's way out of my price range, but I was like drooling over it because I saw it in person. There's an 83-inch Sony OLED. I think it's the A90J. It's jaw-dropping. It's jaw-dropping. The Sony really does. I mean, nuts and bolts. Sony that makes the best TVs. Sony and LG right now, and Samsung a distant third. But Sony has this processing chip that really makes it pop, and I wanted this thing so bad. And then I saw the price tag. It's $8,000 for an 83-inch OLED, and it's not going to happen unless there's some insane Black Friday deal, which I doubt there will be. But it's crazy that you can even get an 83-inch OLED, because like 5 years ago, an 75-inch OLED would have cost you like 15-16 grand. So the OLED technology comes out. The flies come out of my, and it's snowboard boot too. No, but I was thinking of Perry like swatting fly, like watching that Chris Hansen video where there's one part of the Chris Hansen interview where he's literally swatting flies, which is such an inside thing. But yeah, I felt like him a couple of times where I was like swatting away like a fly. Like shit, I gotta get some fucking screens in this place. Stu, never did weed in your life. Yeah, I'm not a weed guy at all. I don't smoke or anything like that. But over the past couple of years, I have gotten into edibles, and they're not legal here in New York. So I have like a friends send them to me in states that they are legal, and they do help me sleep. You get crazy dry mouth with it though, which is. Bad Branson, about with the 4K projector, I was looking at projectors too. I couldn't find one. See, there's a lot of trade-offs with projectors versus TVs. And again, I talked a little bit on the stream, and it's true. I'm an obsessive researcher when I want to buy something. So I've done these deep dives on projectors and TVs. And a couple of caveats with the projector is, number one, they don't do Dolby Vision, which I really like Dolby Vision. You know, if you've seen Dolby Vision like on TV, like it looks really nice. And almost none of them do HDR10 plus, which is similar to Dolby Vision. And you're never gonna get that level of sharpness. However, it depends on the size of your room. Like if you have a smallish room and you get this giant TV, especially an LED TV, it's gonna be too bright. And there's a fatiguing thing if you're watching a TV that's too bright all the time. And maybe in that situation, you might want to get like a projector. And that's kind of what I like about the OLED is they're not as intensely bright as their LED counterparts. But the other thing that turns me off to the projectors is the lag. If you're playing games, if you like, let's say you're playing PlayStation or whatever, Xbox, Switch, you got to get one that has very low lag, because meaning like whatever you're doing on the controller corresponding to what you're seeing on screen. The lag rate on projectors is far higher than that of TVs. Mr. Giant Dog, have I ever seen the 4K 77 rendition of the original Star Wars movie? Yeah. Not Empire and Jedi. I saw Star Wars like last year. Because I haven't watched them. But yeah, those look great. Those look great. I've always been into the fan restorations of Star Wars. Like the Harmy Despecialized. I was in on that like right away. They look great, and I think they really shame. Well, I guess I was gonna say Fox, but now Disney, for not being able to pull that off. Like, how do you not have that? Snu got a 70-inch for $500. Jeez. Wow. Yeah, Robert, my friend Robert, Scott just got this crazy LG 86-inch. That's what he watches the Perry streams on. Bam thinks 65-inch is the best bang for your buck. Yeah, it depends on your room size. Like, the room I'm in now is what I'd want to turn into my media room. And again, it would have to be in the future because I just, as Perry would say, I don't have the funds for it. It is a really big wall. It's a great room. I'll take pictures of it when it's not looking like box storage like it is now. But there's a big wall. I definitely can accommodate larger than a 65-inch. I have a 55-inch now, like that I got fucking like an Amazon Prime deal. It's just it's an alleged 4K TV, and it gets me by. But I like a big image. Spider says, Perry did a good job with Chris Hansen. The man does not get starstruck given that. No, he doesn't get starstruck. The one thing critique I'll give Perry that drove me, a couple of things about the Chris Hansen interview. Number one, there's such a thing as media training that Perry needs desperately. Media training meaning if you're in an interview like that, you're being interviewed, whatever it is, for a podcast, TV show, stream, whatever, you got to let the other person talk. And Perry has a hard time with that. I mean, there were times where Chris Hansen couldn't get a word in because Perry just goes on and on and on. I mean, and media training, it's a silly phrase, but it just basically means to listen to the other person. You know, it's not just regular conversation. Media training is you want to give the other person equal share of the airtime, especially if it's the person's show. So you answer. So they ask you a question, you answer, and even if you feel you can add on to it, you stop and pause yourself for them to add a follow-up. And then if you want to add the rest of your stuff, maybe then you can. But he just railroads over people. That kind of drove me crazy with the Hansen interview. The other thing is he didn't really promote the stream. He said, I'm on Twitch, and his name's Perry Caravello, but he didn't say Perry Caravello Live. And he didn't say the name of the Adult Swim show, which is Smiling Friends. He's like, I got this Adult Swim show. You know, I don't know. Plug Smiling Friends, please. But, you know, all in all, I think he did pretty well. But I just would like him to listen to the person interviewing him a little bit. You know, and I would have liked to have been in his ear, honestly, to help coach him with that. But my power went out, like, just as that Hansen interview was starting. Like, there was this crazy storm here. And boom, like, because I was watching it live and watching him. And he did have an earpiece. And I would have said something like, hey, chill out, let Chris talk, whatever. And then I lost it. I could still hear Perry in my ear, but I couldn't see or hear Chris's side of it. So it was lost. So it was really, at that point, it was just, you know, Perry was on his own. You honestly thought the Chris Hansen interview was going to be a computer craft bit? No bit. And Chris actually, you know, with the help of West Most, Chris Hansen might actually come on PCL sometime next week. I think he was really happy. They definitely noticed the pop in their chat last night when their channel. You know, the flood of people. So they definitely know the power of PCL a little bit. You know, we're not huge in numbers, like we're not in the millions or anything like that, but or anywhere near it. But we're rabid and we're dedicated. So I think he liked that. And I think he saw you got an uptick in likes and subscriptions and stuff. So that was really cool. Everybody that did that. Tom, did I catch did you catch my Star Wars screen door comment tonight? I think so. Remind me what it was. Gary, you worked at the Star Wars ride at Disney in Orlando? Which one? The one, like the newer one, the modern one, where like the Jedi Academy? That one? Dumb to get that TV. You should have landed at 60, Robert. So are you disappointed in the 86? I mean, God, I'm so... I love a big TV. I love a big screen. Like, honestly, like my monitor here that I'm watching now is a 32. I wish it was a little bigger. I previously had a 27. I went to a 32. It wasn't as big of a leap as I wanted it to be. I wish they made PC monitors like around like a 40-inch PC monitor would be great for me. And it's also because my eyes are not what they were. Yeah, Mumbles, that's a good point. Chris repeated himself. I don't think Chris was as prepared for Perry. How can you be prepared for Perry? I think he kind of didn't. I think he had some notes, but I also think he was trying to wrap up a couple of times. I think, like, where do you see this going? You know, that's kind of your wrap. You know, that's your cue to wrap up if you're on the other side of that interview. And I think Perry just goes off on tangents, so I think he had to do it again. I think he was just trying to wrap himself up. Or maybe I'm just making excuses for him. But that's what I feel it was. Perry's a terrible promoter as well. Needs media training. Unprofessional. Yeah, I agree. He needs media training. Yeah, I agree with you, Dank. I think he did good. Unpolished, but good. Oh, Star Tours. Oh, I did. Wow. Okay, that I never did Star Tours. Did I? I was definitely in Disney when they had it in Orlando, a long time ago. I don't think I ever did Star Tours. That's cool though. No, we were keeping the name of the Adult Swim show secret at first, but now it's, you know, no, now it's fine. Like now the show is actually announced now. The show, like he's listed as a cast member, like on the show, like on the internet. Like it's not, there's no embargo or anything. So yeah, it's called Smiling Friends is the name of the show. They had a great pilot last summer, and now they're doing a full season that comes out in the fall, and I think it's going to really pop. I think the show is really funny. Perry's episode's really funny. I've seen some rough stuff that they're doing. It's going to be really good. I think you guys are going to really love Perry's performance and everything. It's really good. Dank, you arrived late. Chris Hansen party. Moderators on the stream cut the chat up at the end. So many deleted comments. Yeah, I'm sure they had their hands full. They didn't know what to expect. But Robert, to be fair though, you say the TV's amazing but too big, but you're right on top of it. I would be, if I had a TV that size, I'd be sitting back probably a good 10 to 12 feet. You're right there. Oh no, you know what, Spider, I might have missed it. Cut a 2 target meters wide into your screen door, then bullseye a proton torpedo from your shop vac like you're shooting womp rats back home in your T-16. You know, I might have been dealing with something else at the time, because I don't remember that, but that's great. Robert, who did the song? If the person who did the song was in the chat and they want to say, they can say, but I don't, you know, it's not my place to say. I can play this. I'll play the song one more time before we head out. I don't actually. Maybe not. I think it might be a little too high beat for for after hours. I agree, Tim. Smiling Friends should do a Captain Ron crossover. You know, that show is so out there. It's probably not out of the realm of possibility. Let's hope he doesn't blow his Adult Swim gig like he blew RC. Well, we'll see. All right, we'll go out. We can go out with Ricky Horny. I gotta cut out anyway, so we can end with one more Ricky Horny. It's been a pleasure, guys. It's a rough one. Tonight was a rough one for me. Very rough. Had a rough day. Not to make excuses, but hopefully I'll be back to 100% on Sunday. Sorry if I was cranky to a couple of people. I can be a dick sometimes. But check out that Sopranos video. I'm going to post it in the chat one more time. Check out this video if you really want to educate yourself on what really happened when the screen went black. Definitely want to see that. But until Sunday, guys, have a good one.